What's up, everyone? My name is Marie. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's video, as you can probably tell by the title of this video, I was heavily influenced by the new pack that we're getting, Snowy Escape it's called, I believe. And yeah, I was literally building this as I was waiting for the trailer to drop. I built this yesterday, which was Tuesday, as I was waiting literally because the trailer dropped at Tuesday 5 p.m. for me. I'm in Europe. So that gave me basically the whole day to sit down and build, which is what I was planning to do for that day because I had the day off and I wasn't feeling so well. So I really just needed to build because it calms me down. I love it so much. And yeah, I really needed that for myself. So yeah, I was definitely heavily inspired by the theme of the pack. Well, not so much the theme, but more the world and the building style that we're getting with it, which is Japanese inspired. So yeah, as I actually also explained in my previous video, I really wanted to sit down and try some kind of Japanese inspired build myself because I've literally never done this before. I think that Japanese building style is really pretty and just really beautiful. But yeah, I'm a little bit scared of it because I don't want to get it wrong. Like I want to do it justice. I want to do it right. So that's why it was a little bit intimidating for me, but I just really wanted to sit down and give it a go because with the new pack, I am of course going to be building in this style. So I just want to give it a try before the pack comes out because I just felt like it. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was something different, a nice change of pace for me and a nice little challenge for myself as well. So, yeah, let me know what you think. I really hope that I did this style justice. Like I really need to educate myself a little bit better on like Japanese furniture style, like Japanese interior style and Japanese architecture and things like that because I do not know anything about it. So for this build, I did go to Pinterest and I scrolled through a whole bunch of different looking Japanese builds. Like I looked up some modern builds, I looked up some more traditional builds, as well as some like prefabricated homes and also like some tea houses and just everything that I could think of that I wanted to look at. So I looked up a whole bunch of completely different Japanese houses and buildings and yeah, then I just kind of sat down and started building and this is what I came up with. Thanks to all that, yeah, that inspiration that I got from Pinterest. So I was really happy with it. You can see that the shape of this house is really simple. It's literally just a square with a square on top. So it's really boxy, but I don't know. I just wanted to keep the shape simple for this one so that I could really just explore with all the with the window situation and the little details on the outside of the house and the wallpapers and things like that and the roofing situation. So I just, for that reason, I wanted to keep the shape of the house fairly simple, which is what I did, but I do really like it. I really like that front porch area, which is kind of, looks like it's inside, but it's not really, it's still a porch. That leads up to the front door. So you kind of have like that sunroom kind of situation on the porch there, which I think is really nice, which is not something that I found on Pinterest. It's just something that I came up with myself, but I do really like it. Like I have no clue if that is something that would be in a Japanese house like this, but I mean, I was just having fun with it at this point. Like I looked at a whole bunch of different pictures and then I kind of just came up with something myself because I didn't really want to recreate anything. So yeah, that's what I tried to do. And I found these lanterns. They're from the base game. They came with an update like a long time ago, I think. I don't think that they are Japanese. To me, they look more like Chinese lanterns, but I still really like them and I still think they're really pretty. So I wanted to use them on the exterior of this build, kind of to make it look a little bit, I don't know, just to give it a little bit more character and make it look cute. So that's what I did. And also we do not have a lot of Japanese items just yet because the pack is not out yet, obviously. And we do have a couple of items that you could use as like Japanese inspired items. but obviously we do not have a whole lot. So I kind of had to just imagine and use my imagination and be a little bit creative here and there. But I do really like the way that it turned out. And for the landscaping, I just went with my gut feeling, and I kind of just went with my own creativity and with what I liked. Like, I did not look up any Japanese landscaping or anything. So I just kind of placed down plans and things like that that I thought looked good for this house, because I still wanted it to be my build, if that makes any sense. So I definitely do have to educate myself a little bit better on like Japanese landscaping and things like that, and Japanese architecture and interior style as well, obviously, because I literally went on only one Pinterest search. So yeah, there's a little bit more educating to do for me there, but I still really like the way that this came out. I really liked using those round bushes. I think they look really nice. And yeah, the backyard is going to be pretty lush and overgrown, which I have no clue if that is something that happens for Japanese landscaping. Like, I do not know if that is very common, but I do like the way it looked. So I just kept it that way. I just kind of went with my gut feeling, and I really like the way that it came out. And I am building this in the world of Granite Falls. So technically it's a rental, but I didn't really build it as a rental, like with a rental in mind. You could easily place this on a different 30 by 20 lot in a different world and have it as a residential lot, because yeah, as I was saying, I did not build this per se as a rental home. I mean, you could use it as a rental home, of course, but it's not really the purpose I built it for. So I think that it's more of a residential lot. But yeah, you can kind of see that we moved on to the interior of the house. And once again, I kind of just went with my gut feeling and my own creativity. And I do really like the way that this interior came out. It's very brown and black. And there are some whites and some grays here and there as well. So it's very neutral toned, but I really, really enjoy the wallpaper that I have going on. And then for the kitchen, I decided to go a more modern route, and I just placed some subway tiles as a backsplash, which I think always just looks really nice. But yeah, as I was saying, I built this in Granite Falls because I feel like Granite Falls was not a perfect, but the best fit for this house, for the, the environment that I had in mind, I guess. Because we do not really have any Japanese-inspired worlds just yet, obviously, because we're getting them with the Snowy Escape pack. We're getting one, which is very, very exciting to me. But I did think that this world kind of had the right vibe. Like, it kind of looks mountainy, and I don't know, there's just a lot of mountains going on in the background, and there's some snowy hilltops here and there in the background as well, which I think kind of matches the new world that we're getting, which, by the way, I am so excited for it. I also talked about this in my last video, but the trailer is actually out now, so I can legitimately say that I am extremely excited about it. I've been wanting a mountain world for the longest time. Not necessarily a snow world, but a mountain world for sure. So, and I really, really love that they made it into a snow world. It makes perfect sense. And I don't know, I think it's going to be so very exciting. And it looks like we're getting rental lots or vacation lots as well as residential lots in that world, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I'm not completely sure there, but I think that's what we're getting, which would be really fun. I don't think we're getting hotels or anything, which is kind of a shame because I was really, really hoping for like hotels or resorts. But it looks like we're just getting regular quote unquote vacation lots that we already know and that already exist, which is perfectly fine to me as well. But I am not sure about this at all. So like, just like everyone else, I'm just gonna have to wait and see when we get a little bit more information about the pack and about the world and things like that. But yeah, I am extremely excited about it. I think it's going to be so pretty. Like, from what we've seen in the trailer, I think the world looks just beautiful. There's so many different vibes going on in that world from what I could tell. And I think that it looks really, really pretty. So I'm definitely very excited about it. And then when I saw the build and buy objects that we're getting, oh my gosh, I can't wait. They would have been perfect for this little house, obviously, because this is Japanese inspired as well. But yeah, they just look really, really cool. We're getting one of those like lower dining tables. I have no clue what they're called. Like, I don't know anything about Japanese culture, which I'm so sorry, that's really bad. I really have to do a little bit more educating on that. But yeah, it looks like we're getting one of those lower dining tables, and we're getting split leveling or like platforms or something like that, like, which I have seen all over on Twitter, people complaining about it because we can kind of already do that, which that's true. We can do split leveling with foundations, but it's not actual split leveling. Like, it still kind of glitches out because if you remove the foundation inside of a house, the game kind of thinks that it's outside and the lighting is all weird and things like that. So I'm really, really excited that it looks like we're getting a better system for split leveling. I think, like, I'm not sure, but I think that that's what they said, and that's kind of what it looks like. So I'm extremely excited to see what that is all about, because that makes for so much more like opportunities and so much more creativity. And yeah, I can't wait to see what that is all about. And yeah, overall, I'm just really, really excited for everything that we're getting in the pack. And it looks like they're doing this whole like personality overhaul. It's called something, I have no clue what the words are that they used actually. Like, I'm trying to remember, but I don't really remember. But it has something to do with your Sims remembering things that happen to them, and it kind of affects their habits and their reactions to things and their relationships with other Sims, which is really, really all that I want for gameplay, because I kind of get bored with gameplay very, very easily in The Sims 4. Like, I like it and I can get invested in it from time to time, but then I have to take a break because it gets just a little bit too dull. So I really need my Sims to be a little bit more realistic in that sense, like that they have different reactions to different Sims that they know or they don't know, or things that happened to them in the past kind of have an effect on how they react to things now. Like, those are the types of things that I want my Sims to do, that I want to be in the game. So I'm really, really excited to see that they are kind of working on something like that, or that we're getting something like that, which I'm really excited to see what that's going to be all about. But yeah, I think that is going to be a lot of fun as well. So overall, as I already said like 1,000 times, I'm really excited to see like everything that we're getting with this pack. Like, I'm over the moon and I can't wait. And November 13th is so long from now. Like, oh my gosh, we have to wait such a long, long time for this. But that's all good. Like, I can wait, it's fine. I'll just practice building Japanese houses and things like that and educate myself on Japanese architecture, interior style, and traditions and things like that. So that I can just start building nonstop once we get the pack, because that's what I will be doing probably. But you can really see that the interior of the house is coming together. There is no actual sitting or living area downstairs. Like, there is a little couch or a little bench that you can just sit and relax, but the downstairs area mainly is just a kitchen, as well as a workspace, which I play tested, by the way. I used one of those shelving units from Eco Lifestyle as a desk. But I did playtest everything, and it works just fine. My Sim could use the laptop and stuff like that, so there is no issue there. And then upstairs, I created a little bedroom. There is only a single bed in here, which I do not really do that ever. But for this house, I don't know. I just thought it would make sense. Like, I thought this would be the perfect house for just a Sim living by themselves. And yeah, I don't know. I just really like the way that the single bed looked for this house. And upstairs in the bedroom, I kind of had space for an actual living room with a TV as well. So I just placed that upstairs, and I like it. I like the way that it looks. I like the vibe of this house. Like, this Sim, mainly, I just feel like this Sim is not really the kind of Sim that sits on the couch and watches TV a whole lot. Like, they do that sometimes, but they're more like an active Sim, and they work a lot. They use their laptop a lot. They like having friends over for dinner. They like cooking, and they like just going outside, going on hikes. Kind of inspired by the Snowy Escape pack, obviously, but I was just thinking that the Sim would be very active. Maybe they like snowboarding and skiing and hiking and rock climbing and all those things. So yeah, that's kind of what I had in mind for the sim, which is why it made sense to have a living area with a TV upstairs because they don't use it all that often. And then here in the backyard, I gave them a little meditation spot. I placed down a meditation stool in there and a couple of plants. And I thought that that was just so nice and so pretty. I wish I had a backyard with something like this in it. Like that would be so cool. But yeah, I just tried to make it look pretty and fit in with the house, with the rest of the house. And then here you can see that I also gave them a quote unquote dining table outside, which it can't be used as a dining table because technically it's a coffee table. But I don't know, if you're interested in using this house, you could obviously replace it for an actual dining table. That would be very easy to do. You can do the same thing for the coffee table with the poofs inside as well. Like you could easily turn that into an actual usable dining table for your Sims. But what I will probably do is, well, maybe not, but from like once we get the pack, I will probably, of course, I'll be using the table that we're getting with the pack. But if you are interested in buying the pack and also downloading this house, like once the pack is out, you could easily replace the coffee tables that I used for the lower dining table that we're getting with the pack. I think, like, I have no clue what the size of it is going to be exactly, but I think that it should fit inside the house. So that would all be just fine, I think. But here you can see the backyard coming together. I used a lot of plants and it's very overgrown, but I think that it's cute. And I placed a couple of sized down trees in those planters, as you can see, to kind of mimic like bonsai trees. I thought that'd be really cute. So maybe the sim is very much into gardening as well. But yeah, basically this is already going to be it for this house. So I really hope that you liked this Japanese inspired house. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. You can obviously download this house off the gallery if you want to. My username is Simmarysims. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram if you'd like. My username on there is Simmarysims as well. So I just want to say thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next build. Bye!